Let's go over to Washington because Chris Buckler can bring us some breaking news about his lawyer. What's going on?
Yes, Simon, first a reminder of who Michael Cohen is. He is Donald Trump's former personal lawyer. He was often regarded as being Donald Trump's Mr. Fix-It, the man who would sort out problems for him. You may remember, for example, he organised the payments to two women who claimed that they had affairs with Donald Trump, including, of course, the porn star Stormy Daniels. Well, Michael Cohen has made a surprise appearance in court in New York. There is a hearing that is taking place at the moment. And it seems that he is preparing to plead guilty to making false statements to Congress, and that this is in relation to the investigations going on to allegations of collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia during the 2016 presidential election. Of course, things which Donald Trump very, very strongly denies. It seems that it is a specific thing that he is pleading guilty to here. Essentially, he is pleading guilty according to these reports, and as I say, the hearing is still ongoing, but that he's making false statements in relation to a real estate deal that was taking place between the Trump organization and which was taking place in Moscow, what was sometimes referred to as the Trump Tower deal in Moscow. And it seems that Michael Cohen says that he told Congress lies about when he stopped being involved in talking about that deal. Now, what's important to say is that Michael Cohen has already pleaded guilty to bank and tax fraud charges. They were in relation to charges brought by prosecutors in New York. This seems to be different. It seems to be in connection with the special counsel investigation, that Robert Mueller investigation that President Trump continues to call a witch hunt. And it does suggest that he is now fully cooperating with Robert Mueller and that he is pleading guilty as part of whatever deal has been made.
Yeah, it's breaking, Chris, that he's pleaded guilty to one count of making false statements to Congress. And of course, why Washington, well, everybody's waiting with bated breath is he going to dish the dirt?
Yeah, the truth is that all suggestions is that Michael Cohen, as Donald Trump's former personal lawyer, knew huge amounts about the president's business. He was the man who the president went to whenever he wanted to get things done. It's why he got this Mr. Fix-It reputation. And there was always this feeling that President Trump was concerned whenever Michael Cohen was having conversations. At the moment, of course, we simply don't know how much he has told Robert Mueller or indeed how much Michael Cohen actually knows. But what will undoubtedly concern the White House and will undoubtedly concern President Trump is that this charge that he is pleading guilty to is something that is directly related to allegations of Russia connected to the Trump organization. All of that will fit into a mix that undoubtedly will get a response from the president pretty soon. He is due to leave to Argentina in a short amount of time in order to go to the G20 meeting. He is still at the White House at the moment, however, and I suspect we'll be watching his tweets very carefully to see how he reacts to this.
Well,
but just to give you that news again...
Chris, well, hang on. I'm sorry about this because I'm telling you stuff that's happening nearer you than it is to me. But
no, that's fine, yeah.
I'm just seeing that Cohen says he made the misstatements to be consistent with Trump's political messaging and out of loyalty to Trump. Now, Donald Trump is going to be very concerned to read that.
Yeah, and that is the whole point of this. It is about the relationship between Donald Trump and Michael Cohen. And just to emphasise, this court case is happening in New York. The hearing is taking place as I speak. I'm sitting in Washington, so there will be details that are breaking as we speak about this. So don't be afraid to jump in, Simon, and to give me stuff that is happening. I'm trying to keep a watch as best I can here. But the fundamental thing is, as you're rightly saying, is that this is all about relationships. It's all about what was known. And the concern for Donald Trump has always been that Michael Cohen had these intimate details about his business relationships, about his personal relationships. He lied in the past, of course, about Michael Cohen's own relationship in terms of what he knew about money being paid to the porn star Stormy Daniels. That, of course, led a lot of concerns about what President Trump was saying and what he wasn't saying. And again, now we have Michael Cohen going forward and saying that he gave a false statement to a congressional committee, essentially said that he had stopped talking about this real estate deal in Russia, whenever the now seems, according to Michael Cohen, that real estate deal was still going on, that they were still having those conversations. And as a result, Donald Trump will be sitting here and watching this extremely closely. But it won't just be Donald Trump. It will also be everybody else in Washington. And of course, all of this is connected to Robert Mueller's investigation into allegations of Russian interference in the presidential election, claims that the Trump campaign colluded with that, and also claims of obstruction of justice. All of which we keep on saying the president denies, but all of which we are waiting to see. Lots of concern about when this report is going to drop. Robert Mueller's report has been talked about for so many months. We don't know when he's going to come out with his full report, but what we're certainly seeing from today's activity in New York, from this court hearing, is that Robert Mueller's investigation is certainly ongoing, and he is certainly getting more information.
Chris, thank you very much for that. We'll be talking later, I suspect.